The game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, it is almost a final as the Brewers and Nationals play on in this ninth inning. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen. A huge win if they can hold on to this one. Up 6-1 in the ninth inning. I say huge because it now gives you a pop to win another series with a victory in the next couple of days. It's how you got to piecemeal this thing together here. Same concept with that Diamondback series.
Are you calling it huge win pending any Miz news? You're not too worried about that? What's going on with you there? Because Miz was dealing today, which was very promising because one day after losing a guy like Brandon Woodruff, you have your now new future ace come out, dominate, no hit through 5 1/3, and then a hamstring cramp. Like, I think that's all it is right now being reported from Sophia Minnaert over at Brewers TV, that he was pulled with a hamstring cramp, but still, like, you can't do that the day after Woody's arm is dead, Miz.
It's just, wow. It figures. It just figures. But, well, look at worst case scenario, and that's typically what I'll do here with a lot of things professionally and personally. I'm not the doom and gloom, but I will cast the bait way out there as far as I can go, meaning worst case scenario, and then just start reeling things back in a little bit here. Let's say that it is a hamstring. It's grades of hamstring strains. Strains, when you hear the word strain in a hamstring, it still means a slight tear.
Right.
So, but what's the worst? 6 weeks?
Oh, God.
7 weeks? I know that. I know that.
That sounds terrible. I wasn't thinking of that at all.
But it does. Again, you have to consider the alternative. Tim Dillard said it on Brewers TV. And he said, the best thing about that is everybody on that mound or around Jacob Misiorowski is looking down. They're not looking at his arm or shoulder.
Right.
So if you're going to compare injuries, I would take this over an elbow, forearm, or shoulder.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if there's a base hit, Hamilton again. So there's runners at the corners here in the ninth inning.
Yeah, back at the top part of the order.
2 down. So they're looking to add more here. We'll get some reaction here once this game goes final, but I just look at it worst case scenario, now reel back in. Now you say, okay, well, maybe it's just cramping. Maybe it's a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. We can shuffle the deck there, but you're right in that, it's not a good thing at all that Jacob Misiorowski is hurt. So now you look at the position guys. So what are does the starting rotation need to equal 3 like Jackson Chourio, Christian Yelich, and Vaughn?
Well, that's the would you take, right? Would you take Andrew Vaughn and Jackson Chourio coming back, but you lose Woodruff and Miz for an equal time? Yeah, no, I'm not.
Wow.
That's my fear, and hopefully it's just a cramp, and maybe we get him speaking after the game because of that, and he'll be all right. But still, he was en route to one of his best starts since his first start, right? Wasn't that when he went 5 no-hit innings, his first career start, right?
Yeah.
Or 6 no-hit innings, whatever it was at the time.
So second and third, Hamilton steals second base. Mitchell, 2-strike count on him. And we'll see what Schultz has on the mound for Garrett Mitchell here. 1-2 the count.
This is an impressive performance from the pitching staff regardless, Tim. This is a great Nationals offense. I mean, they are top ranks in hits, runs, stolen bases, like all across Major League Baseball. And they lead Major League Baseball in first inning runs. They lead Major League Baseball in runs after the seventh inning. Like, this is all a huge, huge game for this pitching staff regardless.
Strikeout. So he struck out. Brewers stranded a pair in that ninth inning. So bottom of the ninth coming up. Yeah, you're right. I want this series so bad. I mean, it still sticks to me, that sweep.
Easton McGee coming in to close it out in the ninth, up 5.
He's got a 5-run lead. Okay, here's the deal. You don't walk the lead off, man. Ashby, you were this close. You were this close, Aaron Ashby. To what? I don't know. But you were that close. You can't walk the leadoff man up 5 in that 8th inning, but he worked out of it. He had a couple of runners on in that 8th inning and then worked out of it. But Brewers on the verge of going to 17-14, 3 consecutive victories, and just staying afloat here, hanging with it. And if some reports are accurate, and we have no reason to believe they're not, that would be Churio and Vaughn inserted into a lineup in St. Louis on Monday. That is huge.
That would be huge. That would be massive. Neither of them playing today in Nashville, Tim.
Which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. They played full games yesterday, 5 innings the day before, and then off day, I guess, today. For both of them to be out, I think that's a good thing versus one being out, one being in.
Yeah, put them on the same timeline here and the same sort of pattern. I would imagine they're going to ramp things up and play another full game tomorrow.
Sure.
And then maybe an at-bat or 2 on Sunday and jump on a plane. They may be on a plane before the game's over on Sunday. So that could happen to get into St. Louis at a reasonable hour.
Are you getting a little nervous that now they're not going to be able to play Bowers, Black, and Vaughn probably all at the same time with fully healthy team? Because Tyler Black, I don't know what he's been eating in the morning, but is it 4 straight multi-hit games for Tyler Black?
The last 4 games that Tyler Black has started, he's had 2 or more hits in those games.
Yeah.
In all 4 of them.
He looks good too. He's a doubles machine right now.
That is going to, if they have to do that, that's a tough cut. I mean, that is a tough cut.
Oh, he's on the team. Like Perkins is off for sure.
Yeah,
there's no way they're sending down Tyler Black with what he's been doing right now. You can't. You cannot.
It just simply has to be Perkins and Jones for Vaughn and Churio.
Yeah, has to be. You can move Bowers into the left field as much as you want to. Or
now, when Yelly comes back, that's a different story.
Is that when Joey Ortiz goes down or what?
You're still going to need some depth at the infield.
Move Terang over to shortstop a little bit. Tyler Black can play second base.
I don't know. You're still going to have to have.
Saying he played second base for Team Canada this year.
Okay. Yeah, that could be a possibility as depth.
For depth, right. David Hamilton becomes your everyday shortstop. However, that makes you feel deep down inside. But then if you ever need to move him around, Terang moves over there. Tyler Black's playing second base.
Hamilton's starting to come back a little bit and get involved here. So another nice night tonight. A couple of hits, including another bunt base hit.
Yeah, he leads Major League Baseball with 6 of them this year.
6 bunt singles.
Yes.
Come on.
He should do it every time he comes up. He should do it every time he comes up to the plate. Can he hit? How many home runs is he going to hit this year, Tim? Is he going to hit 5?
He might hit 1.
He's not hitting 5, right?
No.
Mine as well. Bunt every time. Bunt every time then. Why? I don't need him swinging for the fences. Get on base. It hits the grass. He's going to be safe.
And the other thing, does it seem to you that Lockridge hasn't been getting all that plug and play playing time? Is there something going on with Lockridge a little bit?
Well, I mean, who's their outfield today? It's Garrett Mitchell. It's
Perkins,
and Frelick. Yeah, I mean, once Blake Perkins goes down, then Lockridge will be your 4th outfielder with Churio up there, I think.
I would imagine, right. So things getting a little bit better, and now Kyle Harrison is going to try and do the Brewers proud again with keeping them in the ball game tomorrow. And again, how bad do you want it as a Brewer fan? I'm calling this the payback series. This would be huge to pay them back. Give me a pop on Sunday. Well, they're going to earn that tonight of the series. But if you want to get a little greedy, then give me that victory tomorrow. We'll bust out a broom.
Yeah,
somehow,
let's do that. I'd rather just get this all back against Washington.
Oh, man,
that would be huge.
Wow, that'd be big time. And that would be to start the month of May. All right, we'll take a quick break here. Just an hour or two remaining here in this one as we'll get back to a Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show on the way, live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, Brewers up 6-1. The time running out on the Nationals in this one. We'll be right back. Well, it is a final from our nation's capital, and the results are good on the win-loss column. But are they good with another Brewers injury? No. We'll talk about that as the Brewers get a 6-1 victory to take game one of this 3-game series in D.C., the payback series. If you're going to pay them back, this is the way to start. A 6-1 win. Welcome in. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz. Tommy, this is the way you pay them back, or at least this is the way you start to pay them back.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was a great win for the team. A lot of guys staying hot. Tyler Black, William Contreras at the plate is a madman right now. And on top of that, the pitching performance, stellar. Still waiting to know what, official diagnosis, I guess, is on Miz, if it is just a cramp or whatever happened there in the 6th inning. But I mentioned it in the last segment. This is a Washington Nationals offense that has been very good to start the year, and a pitching performance to only give up 1 run, 2 hits in the nation's capital. Big victory today. 2
hits. It's a big one. Yeah, 17-14 after this victory, 3 consecutive wins now. And what this does, it sets you up for a series victory no matter what happens, sets you up for the series victory on Sunday. So that is a good thing if you're doing the stepladder approach. And I would say that comes first, but if you want to get greedy, as we said, the payback sweep would be that much sweeter.
Yeah, just want to put this out there. We lost Jake's hit streak today. We did. We had an 8-gamer. He was approaching his career high of 10. Just didn't have it today. It's all right. He'll bounce back. 2 walks. They were scared of him, Tim. They were scared of him.
It's the first time in the live ball era that teams have played each other with Jake versus Jake on the mound and in the batter's box.
Wow.
So Jake Irvin's facing Jake Bowers. Jake Mizorowski was facing Jake Young.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's the first time in the live ball era that has occurred. Well, and you got to go back to Jake Peavy again. No, now I'm stretching.
We'll have to hear all your dead ball era stories one day.
Jake versus Jake on each side.
Yeah, Jake. The name Jake didn't exist in the dead ball era. That name was 1950 when it came to fruition, right?
That's right. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250 as the Brewers get the 6-1 victory, but it came at a cost again. We're thinking get rid of the month of April. I heard Levering talking about that. He said, April has seemed like it's taken forever. It seems like it's been the longest month ever. I told you that a week or two ago.
Yeah.
That, man, this feels like it's been 4 months of Brewers baseball packed into 1 month, and Levering didn't disagree with that. So you get Woody yesterday, which the news a little bit better than what we had expected, or maybe, I think it provides some hope here, Tommy.
Yeah, he spoke today. We played a little bit of it we played all of it actually on the leadoff show earlier today. I think just him talking the next day is probably also a good thing too, right? I know he's Woody and he's the veteran who kind of gets to do that if he wants to, but addressing the media after getting pulled unexpectedly from a guy who's had a very bad injury past, I already think that in itself is better news than what we were if we would have been left in the dark during this day.
Yeah, and you could tell by Woody's demeanor compared to the last times he was in front of the press after an injury.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a difference there. And there's some hope here. As again, Woody went down yesterday after an inning and a third, 6 1/3 of no-hit baseball tonight from Mizorowski. Dude's
5 1/3. 5 1/3.
I'm sorry, 5 1/3.
Yeah.
Dude is a stud.
Absolute stud.
And I know there's work to do for him. He's got to harness some command a little bit, but the Brewers have a good one.
Well,
they've got an elite pitcher.
If I told you on May 1st, Tim, would you take Jacob Mizorowski has a 2.84 ERA and leads Major League Baseball in strikeouts? Yeah, I think I would take that.
What do you have, 7 tonight?
8 tonight.
8 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing. Let's squeeze in Judge J-Mo here. He's our leadoff hitter tonight. After a Brewers 6-1 victory, Judge Jamo, a little bit of a snake bite tonight during the game. They get the win, but Mizorowski, a little hamstring issue.
Well, I understand it was a cramp. And cramps come when you're dehydrated, if I remember correctly.
Seems right, yeah.
Yeah, so, kid's got to drink more water, and he's got to hydrate, and, he probably forgot to drink water today or whatever the heck. So much excitement. But how about these Brewers? How about them rolling into the nation's cesspool and just beating down the Nationals? Oh, you didn't remember us? You better call somebody. Oh, we just whipped them on. Yep. Fantastico. Way to start everything. Way to start the road trip.
Nice. It's huge. That's why these wins, man, I just cannot stress it enough, guys. We need, I can speak for myself. I'm celebrating so much when they win these games right now. All of them. They are just not at full force. I took notes today, Tommy, Judge Jamo. I took notes today in the season diary that I keep. I listed off the 7 key injuries, and I just sort of just pondered that for a second.
What number was Akil Baddoo on there?
I did put him on, but he wasn't the top 7. Him and Rob Z.
Okay, all right.
So him and Rob Z, they were listed, but they weren't those 7 because those 7 were impact players. Impact players for any team, not just the Brewers. Put Jared Koenig on another team. He's going to be an impact player.
Sure.
And has been. But Jared Koenig, Angel Serpa, then you get Brandon Woodruff, Quinn Priester, then you get the 3 biggies on offense. I mean, those are 7 players, and with a 17-14 mark, can we gripe about, Greg Jones? Of course, on a given day. But, man, those 7 players, you celebrate every win. Is that the way you look at it, Judge?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I want the kind of payback that involves a lead pipe upside the head. That's what I want.
Speaking of pipe bomb's going to join us in the next hour.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. It's always good to hear the pipe bomber.
Throw the pipe bomb alert. Yep. Throw the pipe bomb alert out there, Judge Jamo. Peace, soul, and soul brother, or how do you do it?
And it's that. Peace, love, soul brothers.
Right. All right. 414-677-1250. Nicolay Law talking text line. Talking Brewers baseball tonight. Another win. That's 3 in a row. But Mizorowski leaves to a hamstring issue. We'll talk more after the break here. Brewers win game 1. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Brewers win tonight 6-1. Mizorowski leaves the game with a hamstring cramp. And we'll see more. The Brewers are doing the right thing here, Tommy. From some sources, they're saying imaging right away. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, over the 20-plus years here, doing this show, it's always, it doesn't seem to be anything significant. And then 3 days later, they'll do some imaging. When I remember having an image guy on, or I don't know, radiology department or whatever, years ago, and saying, does imaging hurt the body if you have too many MRIs or X-rays?
No, it's taking pictures, right?
That's what he said. There's no ill effects of the body for doing that. So get it done immediately. And looks like the Brewers are doing that. We'll hear from Pat Murphy coming up. William Contreras, Tommy, is 8 for his last 9 with 7 knocked in a little over 24 hours.
From the 262, Scotty Tiffany, Contreras has to be signed ahead of Terang or instead of. Bill is a generational catcher. What do you feel about that statement there?
You know how I feel. If I had to make the choice, we talked about this a week or two ago, I would lean toward Contreras because he handles so much of the pitching staff. And he controls their emotions a little bit. He means business out there. He's sort of a field general out there. I mean, either way, you can't make a wrong choice if you're picking one of the two, right?
No. I agree. Muzzy here. How can you not love the Miz? Feels like we have our very own Randy Johnson, and he is here to stay. Not sure if I enjoyed this game because we won or because Greg Jones rode the pine. Either way, let's keep the winning streak going and go Crew. The offense is back. See ball, hit ball. That comes from Jeff in Woodville as well.
3 of the last 4 game run total, 6 tonight, 13 and 13. So they're doing what they got to do. That's for sure.
Well,
but can you say National League Player of the Week and William Contreras in 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, he's setting a good pace. Also, maybe some more good news here. We'll hear from Jacob Mizorowski in post game as well too. Okay. So I think that is probably good news as well.
That probably is good news. So again, May starts with a victory, but came at a little bit of a cost. We'll see what happens. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250. Friday night baseball. Friday nights and talking Brewers baseball. Always been one of my favorites, Tommy. You know that?
And East Coast time, like a 5:30 start, 5:40 start. I love that. Yeah. I love that. That's perfect time. Perfect time. We've talked about this before. Friday night baseball, 5:45. I love that. Game's over. We're talking till 10 o'clock today. Like, that's perfect time to talk some Brewers baseball.
Saturdays, I love 3 o'clockers.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
Because it leaves you the night a little bit if you want to go play.
Yeah, you get your nap in till 2:45.
You get the nap in during the day.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. Yeah, I'm all in. I might be a 3 o'clock Saturday guy now. You convinced me.
Oh, 3 o'clockers are perfect. All right, let's get to you guys. Kenny, what's going on? Back-to-back days. You have what could have been worse news for both of them, but maybe not as bad as one would think here for Woody and Miz.
Well, let's get it started the right way after a big win.
That was a good one. That was a 9. That was a 9 out of 10 beer can. I like that.
Oh my goodness! No, what we saw tonight, it was a great job by this team, coming off a win yesterday, going on the road and picking up another win. Wild Bill doing what he's doing. He's got the bat going well. But the one thing that I really saw tonight in watching this game, the confidence in that dugout. Those guys were having fun. They're laughing and joking.
They're taking things in stride. They're playing baseball. They're just relaxed. And that's the key. When you see that, that's a huge sign. Now, the injury thing, in terms of with Mizorowski, not a big deal. Here's the one thing about spring baseball. You're going from one group of temperatures to another. The teams in the Midwest on the East Coast, they're the ones that suffer the most because you're playing in adverse conditions in terms of being outside. Now, pitchers and the pitching coaches, they'll all tell you the same thing. It's like, dang it, it's a tough deal for our guys, but they fight through it. Unlike the West Coast guys, they have great opportunity because temperatures are always usually great out there, but not at this time of the year here in the Midwest or the East. So those are just things that they have to fight through. And this team is stacked well enough. There's a lot of guys that are ready to come back up, and we're getting players ready. As far as the Woody thing goes, we'll see what happens with that, but don't be fooled, people. GM Arnold is working the phone lines. We know that this team has to have great pitching, whether it's with Woody or without Woody. I hope it's with Woody. I'd love to see him play a full season, but the team as a whole, Murph's got them all. They're just the confidence level. You can just see it. They're not worried about anything.
Yeah, Greg Jones
is this whole thing with this Greg Jones thing. He's your Keston Hira. He's kind of one of these guys that I just can't get. You can't warm up to. He's one of these guys that come on, Tim.
I just feel bad for him. That's all. I'm not saying start him or play him. I just feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for a guy who's had opportunity that's 28 years old time and time again, and he's still hitting below the Mendoza
and he's
line.
making $780,000 this year.
He's approaching like Vinny Capra level bad, right? Because Vinny Capra had an 074 batting average. He had a negative 30 OPS plus. Greg Jones, an 095 batting average, a negative 46 OPS plus.
Striking out.
Wow.
Vinny
Capra's OPS with the Brewers was 250, and Greg Jones is 190.
Well, here's the big thing, though. Remember, you're seeing the Greg Joneses and some of these other guys because they're filling players until the horses come back.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what makes this group of guys pretty
special. But the bright spot is
Murph.
Because of this.
Correct.
Because of this, we expose Greg Jones, but we also expose Tyler Black.
Hold on.
So you can get a good thing out of those injuries too. And I think that's what has popped up here as of late. Tyler Black looks like we're seeing some of the talent that they had projected a few years ago.
Yep. So in terms of that whole Greg Jones thing, Greg Jones is Greg Jones' own worst enemy. But Tyler Black, he's actually seizing the moment. Remember we seen him at spring training 2 years ago. He was like, He was like so. But now he seems to have a little swagger when he comes up there. He's looking at pitches and he's making sure that he's seeing the ball well.
Tommy brought up an interesting point, and that was, Tyler Black played a little second base. And I know in his past he's played a little third too. This was years ago.
Yeah. We looked this up on the Mason Crosby show. He had over 100 games career played at all three of those positions throughout the minor leagues: third base, second base, and first base. Tim.
So he may have made the team based on his versatility, but certainly based on the way he's swinging the bat right now.
Well, no two ways about it. And guys, no matter what sport you're in, as an example, like a John Kuhn, right? And I go to him because, he's one of the stars here on 105.7 The Fan. But the point is that he had to play special teams in order to make the team before he became the Kuhn, the 3rd and 1, the 4th and 1, and a half a yard to go. So Tyler Black, like many players in the MLB, they have to play multiple positions in order to find their home. And sometimes it is what it is. But let's face it, the reality with these guys is, how good is your bat going to be? You can play a bunch of positions,
Right.
you can,
Right.
but the fact of the matter is your bat still has to be there, and that's the key. And that's what we're starting to see it. And getting
Right.
this kid more reps, that's outstanding.
Oh yeah, and that's going to come in handy if indeed they keep him on the roster. Because if you look at Black, all right, Kenny, thank you.
Hey,
This may shock some of you guys that.
Free the pipe bomb, baby. He's coming up.
Speaking of pipe bomb, no. He texted me during the last break. He's tomorrow.
Oh, great.
He is tomorrow night.
Wow.
So tune in tomorrow. I want to get his spin on Mizorowski, Woody, and Priester. Now, Priester, this news in as well today, pitched his third rehab appearance, and the numbers say it didn't go well. The numbers say
no. The numbers today for Quinn Priester, he had I just lost it here. Sorry. But Quinn Priester, I believe gave up 7 hits today, 5 runs in his latest outing,
60 plus pitches.
Okay, great.
So you'll take that, and how do you talk about that? I mean,
I got it right here. 2 innings of work.
The organization may just say that, hey, the results didn't matter. It was the ball came out of his hand fine. He responded well. He wasn't feeling pain, et cetera, but just the natural pitching line did not look good.
No, the line was 2 innings of work, 7 hits, 5 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 62 pitches. He had a range of 60 to 65 that they wanted him to go for today.
So
they were hoping that he would get through 4 innings in that time. He did not make it to that mark, obviously.
No. So, but and again, they could say, hey, no, all systems go. He'd 60 to 65 pitches, but 7 hits and 9 base runners, 2 plus. No, that wasn't good. But no, the Tyler Black thing. Back to that. Now, if you were to look at this player for player, it's easy on Monday if indeed Jackson Churio and Javon are activated. It's easy, isn't it? All makes sense. Greg Jones and Blake Perkins, odd men out, correct?
Yeah, has to be.
Now, fast forward, say nobody else gets hurt, and you keep it on, and then Yelly comes back. Okay, now what do you do? And because of Tyler Black, now let's just assume Tyler Black is going to continue to hit.
Well, if he's hitting 385, he's not going down, Tim, during
Right.
that stretch. He's just not going to do it. Right now,
That
Tyler
may be the worst case scenario.
He's hitting
for
429 with 1,000 OPS right now. If Tyler Black's doing that and he gets sent down, Matt Arnold should be fired.
Okay, you know where I'm going with this. That may be the end of the line, or at least at that point, for one Shohei Ohtani's.
Yeah. I think I don't know where else they would go on this. They're not going to send. He's hitting 250 right now.
Exactly.
He's got value in his speed. I understand Joey's defense is great at short. Hamilton's defense is a significant downgrade there, but he can also play third base. And who knows if Rengifo? What if Rengifo picks it up during that stretch?
Base hit and a walk today.
I mean, come on. Like, it's your boy, Rengifo one time. Like, all he's got to do is
just once,
and then that nickname pays off. That's all.
Rengifo.
Yeah, Joey's got 2 nicknames already this year. That is a bad sign. Like, that is a bad sign. You need one nickname to stick with you.
That's true. But again, though, it may be Ortiz the odd man out if everything plays that way. But we know by the time Yelly gets back, a whole mess of things could happen.
They always figure themselves out, right? Let's keep going on the Nicolay Law talking text line here. Marshall out in Whitefish Bay. What's up, Marshall?
Hey, good evening, guys. Great win tonight. I was able to catch good chunks of it tonight. And I'll just say right off the top, even though it probably wouldn't have mattered at the end, given how brilliant Mizorowski was until the injury and the rest of the pitching staff, that hit by Contreras, I think it was the 7th inning that made it 6-1, was huge, because at the time I was just thinking we're within a strike. They're within a strike of getting out of this thing without a run. And the Nationals, it was 4-1. They were feeling it. And we were leaving a few too many men on base tonight up to that point for my taste. But he just put the lowered the hammer there with that.
Yeah,
hit.
That's a great point, Tommy. He brings up a great point. Look at the pressure they put on inning after inning after inning with base runners.
Absolutely. Marshall, you're talking about this one right here.
Line into right, a base hit. One runs in. They'll send Perkins around third. The throw home is cut off.
Huge.
Contreras does it again. Another 4-hit game.
Last time, 4-hit game, Tim, your boy.
Buster McGee.
Casey, right? I couldn't believe, I could not believe that, like, in Brewers history, Molitor never did that. Like, I would have thought, man, I know Yount had the 3,000 hits too, but like just the way Paul Molitor was, you would have thought he had back-to-back games, 4 hits.
Thought.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't heard the name Casey McGee in so long. And my late mother liked him. My mom had her favorite players, when she watched. And I remember he was one of them. And he did some really good things. That was, I think, back in the 10s there. And, that I can't believe that it's been that long. But, it was a great game, guys, tonight with that. Contreras was wonderful. And you're right about Tyler Black. I just thought when I heard all those numbers you just shared, and this organization over the last 20-some plus years now, since they took over, they wave that magic wand. They are able to find diamonds in the rough. And that's what you got to do as a small market team. And they've really been masters at it. So
they're not afraid to take a few chances here and there.
Yep.
I mean, you took a chance, and hopefully you were going to catch lightning in a bottle with a Matos when they made a deal for him. Once the rash of injuries hit him, they're not afraid. Lower level chance, yes, no, I understand that part. But they're not afraid to take those chances a little bit, and they're not afraid to seize the moment. They did it last year with Quinn Priester. Our last caller mentioned that, Arnold's working the phones. I seriously doubt he's bringing in a starter to this situation right now. I would be, Tommy, I don't know about you, Marshall, I would be floored if there was a move for a starting pitcher right now.
Really?
I would agree.
You want a starter that bad?
No, I'd be floored. I'd be shocked. If they went out and got a starter. It's just something they're not going to do.
No, they don't pay money for starting pitching. They develop. And to Scotty Tiffany's point, like talking about Contreras, they have a guy behind the plate that they have so much faith in to develop that young pitching too, Tim.
Yep. And Hook and Henderson in that lab, and they do their thing. Go ahead, Marshall.
It's really, really good. Yeah, you guys described it very well. And we're 4 out of 5 now. I was thinking about that tonight. We're maybe getting on a little bit of a run. I said tonight we're gonna get 2 out of 3 at least in this series. We're gonna get these guys back. And boy,
can we get greedy?
Statement tonight.
On. This is I haven't wanted a series so bad in a while.
A sweep.
It's been a while. It's been one series
since the last series. Whatever.
It's been so long since the Diamondback series.
It's hard to sweep, though, especially on the road. That would be great. But just as long as we win the series here and keep going in and go get some momentum into St. Louis. And before I let you go, guys, I have a little bit of a joke for you.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Bring it.
And I'm looking forward to Pipe Bomb tomorrow night, by the way. Can't wait. But when Sal Frelick got that inning going that I was talking about with the Brewer announcers described it as a pool shot. And I said to myself, well, since the Brewers got 2 runs in that inning, you might say we came out ahead of the 8 ball, and you could just hit that joke right into the pocket there and white ball it at the same time.
Hey, there you go. Nice. All right, Marshall.
Thank you, Marshall.
Just cheering up there right now, too.
Thanks, Marshall. Oh,
okay.
I had to Google rim shot me like a sound effect real quick because now anytime Marshall's got a joke, I mean we got to just every time.
Yes, you do.
Now.
Yes, you do. I still have to get my desk bell. Someone needs to grab me a desk bell.
Oh God, I don't know if if you had a bell in there, the lady is gonna hate that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But just to ring a bell when someone makes a good point, I don't know. I have some fun with it.
Ooh, like a little pardon the or around the horn type thing, like
maybe
with Tony from back, giving points on takes. We could do that. I like that.
I could get a cowbell. I just worked out in band practice last night that I will be playing a cowbell this summer.
Wow.
On a song.
What's
yes.
what's this energy of playing a cowbell versus playing the tambourine?
Ooh, yeah. I think you're more into it on the I don't know.
Is it the same type of person?
I would guess it's the cowbell just because it's the cowbell.
Okay. All right.
But the tambo, I don't think I think I played a tambo once for one song many years ago. All right, we'll come back. We're here from Pat Murphy. If you guys want to jump in here, 414-677-1250 on the Nicolay Law Talk and Text line. Brewers get the victory tonight, 6-1. Mizorowski leaves the game with a no-hitter intact in the 6th inning. Hamstring cramp. Imaging to be done. We'll hear from Murph coming up. We'll hear from Miz on the way as well. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, 6-1. Brewers win.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. On the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It's Friday night. It's a little chilly out. I mean, it is May 1st, Tommy. The weather's going to change soon.
It's May Day.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess May Day, right?
Isn't that, I don't know, is it a fake holiday?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
All right, I'll look up May Day.
We'll look it up while we ponder what the G2 Insurance run or runs of the game would be in this one. A 6-1 Brewers victory, and we're talking about it. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. As it was. I mean, you talk about a player swinging the bat. It's William Contreras. You saw him yesterday have a 4-hit game and really control the tempo. He does it again tonight.
You got to give this insurance run over to William Contreras. Might have spoiled it last segment. Let's hear it one more time.
Line to right, a base hit. 1 run's in. They'll send Perkins around third. The throw home is cut off. Contreras does it again. Another 4-hit game. And he drives in 2 massive runs.
Okay, May Day historically is the halfway point between spring and summer. All right. I can get down with that. That gets me a little bit more excited. And running a business is like a championship run. One bad hit can take you out of the game. G2 Insurance Services specializes in keeping your business and reputation protected. They offer tailored solutions for restaurants, professional liability, and workers' comp. They represent top carriers like Erie to find the best combination of coverage and price. Get the defensive line your business deserves. G2 Insurance Services in Brookfield. Online at g2ins.com, your friend in insurance.
The game is over, and it's time to hear from the skipper on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It was great. He was great. It's funny. He had good stuff, but he didn't have his great rhythm, great timing. So he threw a lot of balls, but he was very effective and pitched great for 5 1/3, and then he cramped. And we feel pretty good about it. We're not going to test it right now because I'm afraid he might cramp again. So we'll see what it is tomorrow. We're very hopeful. He feels good about it. Hopeful that's all it was. If it's more than that, then, we've had a few of those in the last few days. So.
Murph, could you tell, was it in that Jacob Young at bat when it first hit him? It was looking at the
I couldn't
replays.
tell. I couldn't tell.
Too hard to tell.
Yeah, to ask him.
Did he motion to y'all to come out, or was
Yeah.
it something? Okay. I couldn't tell from the broadcast.
What was your level of concern when he kind of reacted that way and motioned to the dugout?
I've been with the Brewers year 11. Probably my 12th season in the big league. So, or I don't know, something like that. Anyways, you expect the full catastrophe every year. Everything's going to happen. And so I'm really hopeful that it's not that. But again, every year somehow it gets around to the full catastrophe. Not usually by May 1st, but.
Murph, what can you say about the job that Ash did then coming in and picking up pieces?
Our bullpen's a little depleted with Woody going out after 4 outs yesterday. And so we're a little depleted in the pen. So it was really important. Ash gave us the 40 pitches. That's what we were thinking. And he was great and came back there in the last inning he pitched after the long sit and came back and made some big pitches at big times. William with a great challenge, changed that inning and kept us from going deeper in the pen. And Ash came back strong. William was great all night, both ways. Obviously, I think he's got about 12 hits in the last 2 games, it seems like. It's great to see. So,
do you think Perkins played the Lyle hit a little bit differently?
I haven't seen it. I didn't see it on tape. I mean, I saw it live, but Perk's a good outfielder. I think he was going to make every effort he could.
The guys seem to really jump on Jake Irvin early, getting a run on him in the first inning and then having some good hits against him. What do you like from them against him?
Yeah, I mean, Irvin, we know him well. We just saw him. It's a disadvantage for any pitcher that has seen the same team, 10 days ago. I don't know how long ago it was. Excuse me for not knowing the timeline, but I know we played him fairly recently, and it's a disadvantage for any pitcher facing the same team again. And I really like the kid. I think the kid can really pitch. I don't know the kid. I don't know anything other than I've always liked the way he throws the ball and his ability to do different things. And I think he's really good. So I thought it was good. We had a good plan against him. I thought it was really good. But he made some big pitches. We didn't hit the ball hard off him. I mean, I got 1, 3, 4 or 5 hard contacts, and that's not a lot. So I thought he threw the ball really well.
Do you know the definition of catastrophe, Mr. Tim Allen?
I love that dude. I'm telling you, I don't agree with him all the time, obviously, but that's okay. It doesn't mean I love him any less. But I will say this, that when he throws out stuff like, hey, I've been around the block, I expect full catastrophe every season. I mean, if I say that, I get killed. You're so negative. You can't do that. That's another reason why I love that guy.
A catastrophe, a sudden, extensive disaster, misfortune, or complete failure. For all you spelling bee, if you would like to use it in a sentence, baking a birthday cake without following a recipe might also result in a catastrophe.
A complete failure.
That's the Google sentence it gave me.
Wow.
Can you spell the word catastrophe, Tim?
Oh, don't. No, see,
okay.
no, come on.
I didn't need, no. We don't need
such a dumb.
No. I don't. We don't need to. We don't need to.
I graduated 569th in my class, so it's just you can't.
Out of 568 or
no,
what?
it was like close to 700. I think.
All right.
Yeah, so I was toward the bottom. How about that?
Yeah.
So, all right, Jacob Mizorowski, hamstring cramp. They don't seem too concerned about it, but let's find out from Miz himself.
Yeah, just hamstring cramp. Didn't want to push through it. Thought better to, turn it over to the bullpen and let Ash handle it. Felt, as good as I can.
How quickly did it come up on you? Just right away?
Probably about the last warm-up pitch, and then that whole first batter I had it. So it was there. What didn't really get terrible until that first pitch to Wood, and then it really grabbed. So, one of those things.
Have you ever had any cramping issues before?
Yes.
Something.
Yeah.
At this point of the game, you're going through it. Are you cognizant of the no-hitter and that kind of thing? Or?
No, I honestly didn't know. I didn't know until I was in here getting treatment for the cramping, and saw on TV that we had a no-hitter going. So it's kind of cool.
What do you think about how you pitched up until that point with the fastball?
Yeah, it all felt really good. Felt, like one of the best nights of the year so far. So, there's that positive on the night. So hopefully, goes into the next start.
It seemed like you kind of started settling in the fifth inning. That's the first I got in there.
Yeah.
What changed then? If anything?
No, nothing really. Just felt like I had more control of the zone. Just, felt like everything was right where I wanted it. And that was about it. Nothing physical change, just maybe sights, but nothing.
Okay. I mean, I feel better after hearing Murph, after hearing Miz. Don't you?
Yeah, I think so. And I think when we heard it was a cramp, that was already positive, right? And
it was.
Once I saw him talking on TV, I was chilled out about it. I mean, does he miss a start? I don't think so. Now with the way we just heard Murph and Miz talk about it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it just it makes me feel a whole hell of a lot better just hearing the demeanor.
And they just need him. They absolutely need him right now. With if Woody's down for extended time, like we all expect. I mean, they made that IL decision very quickly on Brandon Woodruff from what what they could have done it with. And shout out to Easton McGee getting the job done today.
There's
I don't think we mentioned him yet.
Number 50.
But I still anticipate that it will be a longer leave because I think they're going to bring up a Henderson or a Gasser or a Crow, whoever they decide to bring up in place of Woodruff for the next start.
Catastrophe. CATASTROPH. And during the break there, I mentioned Y, but it's E.
It's an E. It is an E.
Catastrophe.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. I was close.
I applaud you. Yeah. I don't know if I could have, and I was better in school than that, but
you're better than me, for sure.
Yeah, I still don't think I could have done it. They just let anyone be wherever now. It doesn't matter. They give away college degrees at this point.
So one of the things that I picked up on your leadoff show was the Luis Pena information.
Yeah, that's
becoming more and more interesting.
Crazy story, weird story, because now he's going to a neuro guy, whatever it is, brain neurologist. Yeah. That's a tough look after catastrophe right there. But neurologist.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Okay.
And that was just, back on, I believe it was the 22nd was when it happened. He just lost consciousness in the dugout in a game that it's not like it was like 75 degrees in Indiana. It wasn't anything crazy, but they really don't know what happened. And all his levels and vitals seemed normal once he left the next day. He stayed the night in the hospital and was fine, left the next day. And they're going to go get him tested out to see what's going on with it. But I guess it was positive news, but they really don't know what happened on that day, too.
That's
either.
Scary. I mean, it just is. Whether it was dehydration at the time or now the fact that they're looking more and more into this. So I'll keep our fingers crossed for Luis Pena at Wisconsin. But in the meantime, Brewers have some paybacks on their minds. And if you're going to pay back someone for sweeping you, that's a good way to start out the payback with a victory. And they did that tonight. 6-1. They take care of business in this game. Well, that's the third consecutive win as well. Mizorowski leaves to a cramp coming day after Woody removed from dead arm. Is that what we're going to call this?
Yeah.
Just dead arm.
Deceased arm.
Not the yips. I hope.
Oh, he had too much control for the yips, right?
That's true.
Rick Ankiel, yips.
Right. Chuck Knobloch, Steve Sachs. I mean, it does happen over the years.
Trevor McGill in the beginning part of the year?
I don't know if it were the yips. Maybe that was a confidence issue.
Isn't that the yips?
I guess it's neurological, Tommy.
Okay. Well, after Luis, I'm in next. So I'll go check him out after.
There was a kid that played for the Twins. He was not Knobloch, but there was a kid that played for the Twins years ago that he would get looking at the crowd a little bit, become really intimidated, and just could not function. Could not play the game of baseball. I forget his name. Darn it. Okay. All right. We'll take a break. Come back. Brewers get the victory 6-1. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Final few minutes of the Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show after a Brewers 6-1 victory. Tim, Tommy, and a nice Brewers win as the offense continues to sort of bounce back.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, I have a couple of texts here that I'd love to read.
Is that what it is? Would that be a nice way to say it's bouncing back a little bit? I think so.
Yeah, that was one right. We had that earlier from Jeff in Woodville. Justin in North Carolina chipping in on the Nicolay Law Talking text line. Good start to the series. How bad is our luck, though? Great hitting on our way to the games tomorrow. Nice. Get well, Ms. and Woody. Alan in Pensacola says Contreras is our next contract. Reason not to rang. I just watched Madej play 7 times live. Even though he's playing shortstop in AA, he can play second base. Kid's getting better and is the real deal. The 920 saying the Brewers could go with only 12 pitchers for a short period of time if they had to. They might allow them to keep getting a player a little bit longer before sending him down. And then the 920 came in. May Day is also an International Workers' Day, strongly associated with communist movements because of labor rights origins, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if we shouldn't be celebrating May Day or not here.
I'm not sure.
Here's the other one from the 262. Big Dave here. Council were still here. He would sit Contreras for it being too hot.
The cooler.
MKE Scott not bouncing back. It's brewing, Tim.
Oh, it's brewing. Believe in this. It's unbelievable.
Okay. All right. All of this here.
You know, the Brewers' favorite band is Brew Oyster Cult.
That's a made-up band, Tim. I don't.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's brewphoric when they win like this.
I don't like this. I don't like what we're doing here. I think it might be your day. No, I think you just chose a more recent day. It's my day in Rewind Land, right?
Is. Yeah.
We're going to 2001. Brewers won 5-2 over the Atlanta, or 5-3. They were 14-11. They needed it. They needed it. 5-3 over the Atlanta Braves. Ronnie Belliard leading off, playing second base. Tyler Houston was at third in this one. Jeff Jenkins in the 3 spot. Richie Sexson, Jeremy Burnitz. Man, Jeff Jenkins, Sexson, Jeremy Burnitz, 3 through 5.
Dude, we were celebrating that murderer's row right there.
Yeah.
It just never really, I don't know. It just never really happened because they lost a ton of games in those early 2000s.
Jeffrey Hammonds was in center field. Jose
Hernandez signed from Baltimore. Yeah.
Jose Hernandez, the shortstop. Raul Casanova. Great name. Great name. He homered in the game. It was his first of the year. And pitchers were still hitting and pitchers were still raking. Jimmy Haynes had a hit in this game.
Jimmy Haynes, they got him, I want to say, from Pittsburgh. Had a decent year for the Brewers, then went off and made a little money, and then just flickered out.
How many of these Brewers relievers can you name their numbers? Chad Fox.
Not many at all. 40? I don't know.
Chad Fox's number was 40. Yep, you got it. Okay. This is great. David Weathers.
Oh, he had a funky number, I think. Is it funky?
It's kind of funky.
Okay. It's not coming to me.
49 for David Weathers. And then this is a made-up name. Curtis Leskanik.
There's the funky number.
Yeah. What number did he have?
I want to say 00.
00, Tim. Yeah, he did 39 once in 00 and 33. He wore
Curtis Leskanik.
Yeah, that's this guy. Let's look at his numbers with the Crew in 3 years. Kurt Leskanik, looked like he had a 3.01 ERA.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, solid for sure. Curtis Leskanik. Hey. That's I love going down this because these are just people I would never know otherwise. These are
the Jimmy Haynes. I want to say that year, one of those years, he wasn't here long, but he did have a decent year. I recall one of those years. Can we check it?
He was 12-13 in 2001. He was 8-17. His ERA
that wasn't good.
Was 5.33 and 4.85.
So
maybe he had a good first half one year.
Maybe I'm thinking once he left, that might be it.
It was a 4.12 in Cincinnati. He was 15-10 the next year.
Did he go to? They may have gotten him from Colorado.
They got him. They Baltimore, Oakland, Milwaukee, Cincinnati.
He didn't do that well in Cincy.
In his career in Cincinnati, he was a 5.06 ERA. He didn't go anywhere where his career ERA with a team wasn't over 5.
Yeah, career. Yeah, with that team.
Career with that team. In 3 years, 2 years, Oakland, Cincy, Milwaukee, Baltimore.
I'm pretty sure the year he left Milwaukee, I was griping.
Cincinnati, he had a 2.5 WAR season. It was just a 4.12 ERA.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
It's not terrible.
I was griping about that. Why didn't you do that here? All right, well, that's going to do that for us tonight here. Brewers back in action tomorrow. It's a 3:00-er. We like those, or at least I do.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you guys do too. That'll put us on the air, after the ball game.
You know what, listeners? Get a nap in at 1:00 and then wake up at 2:00 for the leadoff show here.
Yep, leadoff show will get you ready for game 2. It is Kyle Harrison. I want to see how real this kid is. We're going to find out tomorrow as he's got to face a pretty tough and young Washington Nationals offense. After the game, obviously here, the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. 6-1 the final tonight. A reaction after a Jacob Mizorowski scare. Ooh, yeah. So we feel a little bit better after hearing the parties involved, Murphy and Miz. So that's going to do it for us. You guys have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. And as always, remember, smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.